Hello and welcome to episode 6 of our Broken Earth scenario. And we are now in 2119 July. And the end of the episode was the breaking of Australia and also the unlocking of our 6th agent Patrick here, who is now joining the fray as a new operative, which will go into the espionage direction. And now we are going to start consolidating our gains here on Australia and then look outward from there. Not sure exactly what we are going to do, but for example, we are enlarging here. We could use the navies and armies here. We are going to eat up Westralia as well, just to have a nice Australia. Then we might want to go into the Republic of the Southern Cross and just annex whatever is there, like by putting this province here and this province here, because we can, and we do have a lot of navies. Although these would be hostile currently, which I think I'm just going to accept because we can invest into government to fix it. Could be a problem. We also still have to fix Brisbane apparently. We're close though. Maybe let's just do it like this, and maybe one into unity here as well. And that's it. Yeah, so this would be our secondary nation, which we can build up. And then the primary nation, of course, is Brazil here, which is going boom. And I'm really looking forward because the knowledge output within a year should not double, but it will go up significantly, due to the fact that we get 0.14 knowledge per month. So let's see how fast we can get to 2000 base science here. I mean, interesting is how much do we get from one tick here? Yeah, but 1 science point per tick per day, roughly. Yeah, it's 1 per investment point.
You'd be better off surrendering than sitting around like
and
sites waiting for supplies from home.
We do 66.
What you find in the field, you've lost before you even begun.
So 66. That's going to... I mean, it's exponential in the end. So let's see how fast we will explode there. Research-wise, because it's now the question here, we are going great nations here to make super South America. And then the big question is what else? And I'm leaning towards either we unlock at least the arc lasers as soon as possible and the green arcs, because ultraviolet, or maybe we could unlock ultraviolet and then instead of phasers we use the arc lasers. That would be an option. But I'm not sure if we are in a position where we should consider ships. So instead we could just push for ring habs as soon as possible, then fusion, and then we start to build ships. So we completely grab any early game aggression here and immediately go for the capital ships. Battle cruisers and battleships with lasers and the usual playstyle that I do with the coil guns and rail guns. We just skip it because why not? We could. And for that, the ring heads would be the best thing, because then we can squeeze even more signs into orbit, reduce our usage for mission control, and we need ring heads anyway for the future, for the late game. So why not? Could be a good thing. We need our space future anyway as well. And we are already relatively close. Yeah, let's just put this one as a go. And then does it pick already automatically? No, it didn't. But, okay. What do we need? We can pick here. Infrared is done. Oh, wait a second. We are that's the wrong one here. Ring Habs is the go. So let's go for... what is left here? Arrival Psychology. Let's do this one. Oh, we can't. Because we need space medicine first. Okay, good. Let's do it. And everything else is paying into the science boom that we are aiming for here right now. So let's keep following in that and see how far we get in this episode within the next 2-3 years here. Okay, here we are in 20. 1 year later, roughly. And this is a bit of a interesting moment. That's why I stopped here. First of all, we are going to, in a few days or weeks, we are going to merge Brazil with Argentina here, due to the fact that we get a claim here on the capital, Buenos Aires, and also a handful of these provinces. There will be a few hostile claims from this, which we will just go through with the government investment. That should be fine. But in the end, this allows us to merge these two together, so we go up to 1.2 billion, almost 1.3 billion people. We will lose a bit of science from this. We are currently close to 8,000, but we will recover within a few months to be even further ahead than if we were to be split up here. Even though we are scaling up nicely here, 1.4k by now, and 300 here. I would expect that if we merge together, we are going to be roughly at around 1.4 to 1.5k again. We can see afterwards. And that's the one major thing that's happening. And the other thing is there is something on the horizon. And it's this fleet here. There's an assault carrier coming, arriving in about a year. Yep, roughly a year. And that's going to be interesting to see where it lands, because the alien admin is of course already there. It's over here. It has expanded in some directions, like for some reason Austria got flipped. It also... I'm not sure. It has a province... yeah, here, right. It was another province somewhere. I remember it. And yeah, now let's see what will come out of it. Also here, Westphalia annexation is almost done now. So that might also finish up in this short interlude here. So all of that, of course, will free up control points, which we desperately need to expand our hold on Earth here. I'm not 100% sure where I want to go. Manufactory also useful. There's the Duel of the South, very good. Now we can do crisis diplomacy. And I think we want to start on self-driving vehicles for the economy bonus. So we are not going to invest 3 in here. Instead, let's wrap up these 2 here and pick something there as well. And push further in the direction of ring
When
habs.
faced with a large problem, we must think small. Look to the mongoose.
Oh yeah, because I already have
down...
picked a new target. That should all be fine. Our space future is the only thing that is left over before we can go into ring habs actually. So that's going to come in the next year as well. Pretty good. And yeah. So now we are going to do the unification. We can even unify with Colombia. But we don't want to. Because the Grand Colombia project... Huh. But why can we... Because we have a claim on Bogota. That I didn't see. I mean, that's... The thing is, there is the other unification project here. The big one for Colombia. This one, Unidad Colombia. This one would allow us to annex everything up to here into Colombia. I wanted to merge this one then into the South American Union. But now when I think about it, I don't need the South American Union. Because I also have a claim down here on Santiago. Which I would need to evict from my union because I cannot peacefully unite here. I have to conquer it, but that would be fine. So I can get rid of the army and just conquer it. It would be totally possible. I just need to leave the Federation here. And then we have everything in Brazil and not the South American Union. Of course, the problem there would be we produce a lot of hostile claims, but we are going to do a lot of government investment anyway, so
Ready.
I don't see the problem here.
Heading to the capital.
Interesting. The question is now, how do we continue? Do we want to continue here next? Yeah, I think we want to just... Ooh, that has 4 armies here. Yeah, we really need the Australian armies. We have to wrap this one up and bring the armies over to the South American continent, and then we can just swoop up Central America. I think I'm going to, after Crisis Diplomacy, I'm going to do the Colombia project so that we can get started on this one. Because that's a lot of conquest, but we do have here 4, 6, 8 armies. Plus 5 from here with the Navy. Plus Italy. So we have like 12 if we build up a bit more. Armies that can go there and help invade. And so we can just swoop up the coastline, annex everything on its way. Sounds like a really great idea. So let's do
Offering
this.
assistance.
8,000 science.
Offering support.
Free merge. Now let's really check the numbers for before and after.
We're winning their hearts and
Really
minds.
curious.
Things
We
are
have to go out a
stabilizing.
bit out of the knowledge investment because we have to get rid of the claims here, of the hostile claims that we do now. But that's fine for
Public
me.
sentiment is increasingly with
So
us.
let's see.
Mission
go.
complete.
And so we do have 745. So we have a total of 4,000 here from this nation, these 2 nations. Now we unify. Yeah, I know that there will be hostile claims. So go. Now we have 1 big nation. And let's let it recalculate. I think it already did. So yeah, okay, so we have 3.3. So we lost around 700 science here total. That's okay. As I predicted, it's around 1.4 to 1.5k total output. 81 investment points. 81. Wow. Okay, the unrest question now is how much do we get here? It's okay. Plus 1.3. Cohesion is terrible anyway. It was 0 beforehand. So what we do now is just do a light investment here because we do no longer need to follow the plan for going a South American Union. So let's just relax a bit here and do this piece slowly. I mean, it's just 100 points, so we get... Let's maybe aim for like 25? Like this? That sounds great. Wow, 81 investment points. That's so insanely high. I like it. This is... We are building up so fast. It's insane. So we are going to rush fusion like no tomorrow. Because we're already on it here with the first 50,000 tech. After ring habs, we of course go full speed towards phasers, proper lasers, and then fusion ships. And then we have fun with it, aliens. This will be only a handful of years if we continue on this pace. And not forget that we also have this nation over here that we can still build up. We can annex a lot of stuff into it if we want to, if we can finally resolve this and get the last control point under our thumb. So there will be so much potential. This is great. This is real fun. It's fast-paced compared to the other campaign. So if you compared to a normal long war campaign, it's actually fast in my opinion, especially research-wise. So yeah, let's jump forward a bit further and see how fast this will go up to the initial 4,000 value. Let's remember July 2021-20. Let's see when we are at 4K again. A few months later, I have decided that it's time that we break into the Protectorate itself, and we were able to turn one of their counselors.
Wrapping up here.
So now we can see what exactly they have and what they own and how many they are. They actually also 6 already, so they did a good job there. They have a lot of money, decent research. Currently on hybrid diplomacy, so that's not good. And they're researching that stuff here. However, the main objective why I did that is that I want to get rid of some of their admin persons. The reason is we get a defensive modifier here on Australia from Council Administration. And I only have like 3 to 5% chance of breaking into it. The reason is they are no longer over cap here, so we don't get benefits like before when we actually broke into Australia. Probably because they don't have enough stuff on Earth left to deal with that. So I intend to imprison, take out whatever we can to reduce the faction.
Let me know what to do.
And for example, this person here is a prime candidate to be put into jail for a long time. But first we are going to take the others out here. So we do have the Daniel here, a diplomat that has a high admin. That's not too important, even though 25 persuasion is a lot. 25 admin here definitely has to go.
Ready to sabotage.
This one, yeah, our spy, and then 12 here. So basically I'm going to go through them and take them out. I have to reshuffle the assassinate back into Kokayu, where I removed it temporarily to squeeze in more stuff. Ooh, there is a new orc available for... No, not you, but you. Right, yeah, +2. Here we go. Because ideally we can use 2 counselors here to rotate some missions on that and visit the Protectorate to weaken them and then hopefully grab Australia again. Because if we take them out, they will also lose a lot of control points here. They're close to the cap, so everything counts here in this regard. And also they will probably go broke pretty quickly when we start taking them out, when they start rebuying orcs and so on, and they also don't have a lot of influence, so this will really crash them ideally. But let's see how far we can go in that regard. By the way, we are also at 8,000 signs again, so barely 8 September, August, September. Yeah, 3 months later we are back at where we started before the merge. I'm currently annexing Chile, and I'm preparing for the annexation of the Middle America here with all these armies that we have here, and the Australian armies are getting shipped over here, so that's good. But I still want this point to get control of the last army that we do not have under our control here. And then we are going to swoop up Central America like no time. Well, a small fun fact here. I was about to begin my conquest of Central America, but then I noticed that I cannot cross here, the Darien Gap here. So these provinces are not connected to each other. I think it's, if you go here, that's Panama City, right? It will tell us, yeah, links to region may be constructed by completing special project. So to Bogota we cannot connect currently, we cannot move armies over. We can also not declare war, which means I had to go into the global tech that provides us the project for the Darien Gap, which is this one. Going to finish it, then we can go to war here, and afterwards it's back to ring habs and ship stuff in preparation for a fight. In between I have lost 2 control points to the servants here. I'm not sure how they did that, but they purged me here. And now I'm going to defend the remaining points. And I guess I have to start defending my points more better. Although the Australia and Brazil should be basically unbreakable by now. Or at least the AI understand the conditions. And yeah, then of course the Mare Nostrum and Hellas here, they can of course be purged or broken. See here, one fell to the initiative. We're currently expanding here a bit, but after the conquest of this bit, we are going to move the navies over to Central America and push through this as fast as possible to get more land under our control. Meanwhile, science, let's see where we are currently.
Offering support.
Securing our
Yeah,
interests.
5.2 thousand by now. That's a lot. And we are almost close to, we are almost at 10,000 total now. This is going up. It only knows one direction. Yep. I think I'm going to jump forward a tiny bit further before we cut this episode, because the fleet should be arriving soon. The alien fleet, let's see, that's in 150 days. Yeah, I think I'm going to jump forward to the point of invasion to see where they land. Of course, our biggest stick that we currently have is the army from Australia, 5 in total. If they land in our stuff, then we can use it here to defend ourselves. We should actually also add Hellas here. So wherever they go, we might be able to send our navy over in time. Or our army. Although fighting 3 alien armies will be rough, but it's only 1 assault carrier for now, so all good. And I think I have to... Yeah, I think I'm going to downscale everything else here. Like this. Also cut the spoils here. And the mission control completely. I think I want to get a 6th army and a 6th navy out. So let's do this. Because I feel a bit more comfortable if we have 6th. And then we can fight with that properly. We can also invade here. And my assumption is that the alien armies, however, will land in their own stuff. So the alien admin over here. If they do this, that's fine. Because we are not too worried about this. Ideally, the armies will have around 7.5 strength. That's my assumption, because that's the base value most of the time. Times 3 means that their naval strength is around the same that we do. That's getting a 6th navy would make sure that they cannot do a naval invasion on anyone. Like at least none that I control. And so I hope that will work out. That my assumption is correct. If not, we have to just invest into military squad. Hopefully get to the point where we can blockade them. Because that would be the best. And here we are. The assault carrier has arrived in June 21. Let's see what it will do. Saskatoon. That sounds like Upper Canada here. Yeah, right. Good. That's far away from us. Not too far, actually. Meanwhile, I have lost control of Mare Nostrum here. Which also means I lost control of 2 navies, which is annoying. The servants have gone hard after us, but I have a bit abandoned my plans for now here. We maybe want to retake it later. I'm currently focusing all attention into Central America. I'm almost done with that conquest here, and then I'm going to strike Mexico. And the big question is, what after this? Because I'm not sure. I have to really look into the formables here, like what nations could we, for example, carve out of this. Who has rich claims? So there are a lot of hostile claims here, for example. But potentially we could consider taking over like the United Atlantic States, or we go for the National Reconstruction Council and take this one, but this had less claims by the looks of it. And that would at least allow us to rebuild a USA here in the north, maybe? Population-wise, it's... I mean, yeah, there is a lot of population. It's like almost 300 in total again. So... No, it can't be 300 in total. Oh, it apparently is. And yeah, so that's an option. Then we would only go for America, more or less. I also didn't continue my conquest here, although the second navy is almost done, because I still want to annex New Zealand and then the islands here. However, that's currently on a setback as long as I'm busy here in Central America. I mean, it's only 1 year that has passed since we began all of this here and consolidating on Australia. So the time is... A lot of stuff is happening and not too much time is passing currently. But now let's wrap up this episode. We are on the brink of fusion because we are on superconducting magnets, which is going to open up the magnetic plasma confinement. We are already on the ultraviolet combat lasers here, so afterwards we can unlock the ultraviolet arc lasers, which are the only ones which do not cost exotics yet. The phasers would cost exotics. And so we can use those. Then we do have the opening tech of fusion, and I want to go into the inertial confinement fusion as is the preferred tree for me. So that's the next objective, the next big one. And meanwhile, I have been teching up a bit here in the xenology text and so on, but I also still need to get, most importantly, an alien corpus. I haven't been able to find an alien for a long time. The last time I saw one was when I didn't have the assassinate yet. So I have no idea. We need to get one. I hope that we can get one when we, for example, fight the alien admin here in some way. Who knows? But that maybe is an option. So let's just speed forward here a few days until we know what's going to happen. Yeah, let's wait out the landing. And here we are. The aliens have spawned its armies here in Saskatoon. And let's say they are strength 6.9 only. Okay, that's a lot weaker than expected.
Surveillance complete.
So that's good, I guess. So yeah, they are probably going to start attacking whatever they can. Ah, they are at war with the National Reconstruction Council. So that's going to fall pretty fast. Interesting. So that brings up the question, what could we reform the ashes of North America? Because I think that I want to just continue pushing forward here. They have 24 score for naval now. And we do have 27.9. So we are better off. And yeah, actually we should not do mission control here. Instead we should do military investments. Could use this one. Yeah, so we should push everything we got into military. Get this score higher. We do 25 points per month. That's 0.00134 per point. So that's 0.01. 0.6. Bit more. Yeah, so we only get like 0.03 per month on top. That's nothing. Yeah, that's not a lot. We need more investment points to push this up properly, but yeah. We're also not in a hurry though. We are at 4.7 here, so that's pretty good. We are, with that, the most advanced nation on Earth in regards to military score. Oh no, Australia is still higher, which is still remnant in Java. Timor we want to annex eventually. Atlantic Union is also by now higher at 4.8. But I assume that Atlantic Union will disappear as well. Because either they will be at war with the alien admin, Or they will flip it, or maybe something like that. Or I will annex it. It's actually an option because they are allied to Mexico. So if we attack them here, we could annex Mexico, and then we could just go with all our armies forward and try to slowly grind down the United Atlantic States. And then we can feed everything we want back into it. That might actually be a pretty decent option. I mean, there's also a lot of hostile claims here, but that can be resolved by government investment and so on, and we have 23 investment points base. So why not? We could just go here, annex this, annex these ones here, at least the ones we can. And we don't even need to do this. We can wait until we have taken the United Atlantic States, because the rest would go to them. That's actually a good option. I think that's what I want to do. We go here, and then we work our way up there. So we heal up a bit, and then we move forward. I mean, we have 16 armies, 17 with that one here, with the navy that is coming in from Australia. I would say we are in a really good shape, because we only have to, in worst case, we have to micromanage against 5 armies and snipe them. I think that we can defeat these armies here in an open battle relatively fast. Else we just go back and forth, heal up, and it will take a year or something to finish this conquest. The big question is just, what are the aliens going to do? Because National Reconstruction Council is definitely going to fall. And then the big question is, they will flip this one over. Atlantic Union will also get flipped. And then we have to reconquer the rest of North America, which is handed to us pretty neatly. Nice. Yep, I think a plan is forming here. So leave a like and subscribe, and see you in the next episode where we're going to follow that further.